Welcome to problem number 3. Here again, we want to find the volume of the entire object. And if we look really closely, it's like a compound shape. We see two objects. We see a rectangular prism right on the bottom. Okay, and we also see on the top, this is going to be a triangular prism. So what we're going to do is take the volume of the rectangular prism and add it to the volume of the triangular prism. Okay, so we're going to look at the rectangular prism first. And because it's a prism, we're going to use formula number 1, which says I need to take the area of the base times the height. So if I look at the rectangular prism, I notice that the base is, of course, a rectangle. And it looks like the base is a rectangle that's 35 by 10. So 35 by 10 is the area of the base. But to get the amount of space inside the shape, I have to multiply that by the height of the rectangular prism. And the height looks like it's 20. So 35 times 10 times 20 gets me 7,000 for the volume of the rectangular prism. Now to that, we have to add the volume of the triangular prism. Now, something really, really important. Because this is a triangular prism, it's very important that you know that the base is a triangle. The base cannot be a rectangle. It has to be a triangle. That's why it's named a triangular prism. Another way to think about this is, how do I know what the base is? Well, in a triangular prism, there are basically identical bases, for lack of a better explanation, right? The front and the back are both triangles. So for something to be called a triangular prism, it has to have two triangles on opposite sides. If I had, for example, a hexagonal prism, I'd have to have a hexagon on the top and the bottom, or on the right and the left of the shape to kind of match up. So I'm going to take the area of the base, and the base in this case is a triangle. So it's going to be 1/2, and that's going to be 35, right? Because this is 35. So 1/2 35 times the height of 20. So 1/2 base times height. That's the area of the base of the shape. The base is a triangle. And then how tall is the shape? Well, think about this. If I rested the triangle on the actual triangle itself, it would be this tall, right? And this is 10 units. So the height is actually 10. Area of the base times the height. That's going to give me 3,500. Adding them together, I get 10,500 centimeters cubed. So the only tricky thing about this problem is understanding that the triangular prism is a prism. It's using formula number 1. The base is a triangle, and the height is the thickness here of how tall this would be if it were resting on the base.